Crafters. My name is Julie Creek. I am the designer of the new series from Creek Bank Creations called Skinny Dipping and Skinny Dippin'. And today we're going to talk about the die, the Savannah Waterfall Pockets. Now this is all a part of our Skinny Dippin' mini album series, and you can purchase a blank album and then build pages inside the album. You can make it either as a drop-in album or a 5-page pocket page album. And I have videos on our YouTube channel that describe that. And I will put the links to those videos in the description of this video. Today I'm here to talk to you about the Savannah Waterfall Pocket. This is a 19 die set. So let's flip this over and take a look. What we have are 3 pockets that sit inside of each other. You put the base down and then you slide these pieces in, and I'm going to show you how to actually build this set today. What you'll notice with this set is each of these dies has a die for the mat and then a second die in them. So my thinking on this is that you could cut your pattern paper, cut your base with the outside die, cut your pattern paper, and then if you wanted to add a photo, I added that third die in the event that you wanted to die cut a photo to put on the front. These pockets are all 5.75 inches across. So they are designed to fit in our mini album, but they'll fit in any mini album that you can accommodate 5.75 inches across, and you could even add them to a scrapbook page. So we're going to go over this today. Now you'll notice in this die set, you'll find there are some words here, and I added sentiments that are appropriate for mini albums or scrapbookings. You could also use these on cards, but these sentiments are themed more towards your mini album or scrapbooking. And what you have here is amazing moments. You make me smile, love this, and good stuff. So those come with the sets. When I die cut these words, I am using our super tacky tape on them. So I am taking my tape, unrolling it, putting my paper in the tape, and then when I die cut, the words come out as a sticker, and you can just stick them on your page. And you can see those are some really nice sentiments. When I store this, I keep it on our storage pocket. This is the clear storage pocket. And then we do have the magnetic sheets. These are 8.5 by 11. And you can see it all fits on that sheet really well. It does help if you add a chipboard piece behind the magnetic sheet just to stabilize everything. And then that will slide in the storage pocket for storage. So when I want to get started building the waterfall pocket, I'm going to take the 3 base dies from the set, and I'm going to decide what kind of paper do I want to cut those on, and I'm going to die cut these 3 pockets. Most of the time when I'm doing album construction, I'm cutting these on solid cardstock, and I have already cut mine on red 65-pound cardstock. I prefer to use cardstock with no texture, because when we go to fold those little flaps in, we don't have to worry about the paper breaking on the edges. So I have cut those 3 pieces. So these are my 3 pieces, and you can see you're just going to fold those in, fold each of those on the score line, and then as we adhere them, they are literally just going to sit right inside of each other and build that wave pocket. Now, what really makes this interesting is when you add your pattern paper. I have been working on this Summer Lovin' mini album, and I'm using the Summer Lovin' collection that can be found on our website from Simple Stories, and we're going to add the waterfall pocket into this page. And one of the things I wanted to encourage you about is when you're working, what I like to do is buy a paper collection and then work off of that one paper collection. So often the issue that we have is that we have that one collection and we need to stretch that paper all the way through the album. So I just want to encourage you about 2 things. First of all, it's okay to use white. And second of all, it's okay to use cardstock. You'll notice back here on this page, I added the yellow cardstock because I need to stretch the pattern paper as far as I can get it to go. So I used yellow over here, and when I go to build my base page here, I'm going to use yellow on the base for the waterfall pocket because I wanted to add a bunch of pattern paper on the top. So okay to use cardstock and mix it up with your pattern paper. I do want to let you know that the pocket is 5.75 inches wide. This does fit precisely on the pocket page album. So if you're taking the Skinny Dippin' album and you're making a pocket page album, this will fit exactly on there. If you're making a drop-in page album from Creek Bank Creations, which is what I have here, then you have some options. The drop-in page has been designed so that it has this fold-out flap. So we've attached this to the base here, and then we have this piece here that is 6 inches wide, but the flap piece is 5.75 inches wide. So when we designed this, I made this flap fold-out page a little bit smaller so that when you start adding all these layers to it, it doesn't get hung up on the inside of the album. So when you look at the waterfall pocket, if you put it on the flap page, 5.75 inches wide, it's going to fit exactly cut to fold. If you put it on the base page on the inside, you're going to have a little mat around the edge. So you just have to figure out which way you want to use it. In this case, we're using it on the back of the base. So this is 6 inches wide. So I cut my paper 5.75 inches wide so I can frame that page in, and then my pocket is going to fit on there exactly where I want it. Now, I am going to talk about this other side of this page because it affects our pattern paper, and what I wanted to share with you was I went through my paper collection and I really decided I really wanted to use this paper in a major way as one of the backgrounds. So I cut it, first of all, at 8 inches. So I put it in my paper trimmer and I cut it 8 inches. Then that gives me 2 pieces of this pattern paper to deal with. And I can decide, do I want to put it on the base page or do I want to put it on that fold-out flap page? And in this case, I'm going to put it on my fold-out flap. You can watch my video building your album front and the ribbon lock die, and I explain about cutting this piece of paper so that you get the maximum use out of it. I actually designed this album so that we could get maximum use out of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So if you cut it correctly, you're going to be able to get 2 pieces for your pages, and then you're also going to have this piece left over at the top that you can use. And I'm bringing this up today because I am going to put this piece of paper over on this side, and then I'm going to take the pocket, the dies for the pocket, and you'll see I will be able to get 2 of those up on this piece, and I will be able to coordinate with the base page over on the other side. Now, that'll give me the 2 top pockets. We have this issue to deal with down here, this base pocket. So looking at my paper, and this is the great thing about these dies and these paper collections, you look at your paper collections and you look at that base die and you ask yourself, what do I want to die cut to put on? So I can literally lay this over my paper and I can see what kind of design can I pull out of it. In this case, I am going to die cut that base and we're going to stick it on that base pocket. So I'm going to do some die cutting and I'm going to adhere these pieces in, and then I'll be back. I have my pieces die cut and I've adhered them to my front, and I wanted to show you how I tape the sides of these flaps. These are the little tabs that are going to be folded to the inside, and I have put my 1/2 inch tape on them, and you can see the tape is long. So what I'm going to do is turn this over. So I've intentionally put the tape on long, and then I'm going to go back with my scissors and trim that so that it is an exact fit and that will give me tape coverage edge to edge on that flap. So I am ready to adhere the pockets into my album. And when we look at the pockets, you'll notice that the base pocket has that swish pattern running to the right, and the next piece that will slide into it is the swish running to the left, and the top piece has the swish running to the right. Now I have already adhered my tape to the side, so I do have my tape on there. We're going to fold those pockets in, or those little tabs in, and we are going to adhere that to our base page. So if you have a good quality tape and you've pushed that tape down into your paper, your liner should peel right off. And if it helps, you can use a pick tool. Sometimes I just use a pick tool for that. So we're going to pull off that tape liner, and then we're going to come back in and we are going to add a thin line of Art Institute liquid glue. Now, I like the Art Institute for this purpose, for this use, but if you have other liquids that you like, there's, you could use those. The purpose to me, I'm using two kinds of adhesive because the tape will give me quick grab, but the liquid on here will give me time to move things around, and then I will have a really good, solid, permanent adhesion on my piece. So I'm going to fold those flaps in, and the issue is you want to keep your fingers clean as much as you can, and we're going to set that right along the bottom edge. So I'm going to set that bottom piece in first, and I hope you can see. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Do you see how I have this as an angle, and I'm laying that right on top of the yellow, and then I'm folding this piece in, and I have adhesive on my fingers up here. So I'm holding this down with these other fingers, and that's going to give me a really good, strong adhesion. And I'm going to let that sit for 2 or 3 minutes and get really good, strong adhesion before I build the other pockets on top. I have my base in, and I am going to go ahead and add the next waterfall pocket. So I'm going to remove the tape from those flaps, and we're going to fold those in. Now when I put this pocket in, we have the swish running to the right, so we want the swish running to the left. We're going to fold that in. When I slide this down in, what I'm going to need to do is get on top of the flap that's on the inside that's folded in. So if you feel resistance, you just need to kind of wiggle that around until you get it to sit exactly where you want. And I'm there. And you'll notice I did not use liquid in the beginning. So I am going to put a line of liquid in here with the Art Institute, just a thin line on both sides before I push that down, just to give that extra strength and adhesion. Get that to sit right where I want it, push it down, and again, I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes before I go moving on to the next pocket, and I want to make sure that I did not get glue on that inside where I didn't glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to slide the ruler in there and make sure that nothing is permanently adhered. No extra glue in there. And we're going to let that sit. We have allowed that to set, so we're going to come back with our very top waterfall pocket, and this has the swish running to the right. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other album, on the other pocket. We're just going to slide that in, and then when I get it where I want, I'm going to add a thin line of liquid just to give extra adhesive to it, extra hold. I just like the strength that the liquid brings to the project. When we have everyone pushing and pulling and peeking and looking, it's nice to have the extra adhesion. There we go. There's our waterfall pocket. And you can see we're going to let that sit a little while. So we have our waterfall pocket attached to our page. And you can see when we open up our page on the other side, we have that really nice coordinating paper over here. Now, one of the things I really love about the Waterfall Pocket is the ability that when you cut tags, and these are from the Giant Tags die, you can slide that in and you can tuck that in and it'll go all the way down in there. And this just gives you the ability to place your tags in there and have all of your photos on there. And then you have this awesome coordinated look. I wanted to show you what the finished page looks like for the Waterfall Pocket. I did add some tags. This particular collection from Simple Stories has an entire sheet of tags, which are a great way to accent your page. So I added the little tags down there, and then I die cut some tags from the Giant Tags, and I added the little hole reinforcer. This came off of a scrap out of this sheet and makes really cool hole reinforcers. And then I added this piece, Summer Top 10, and then I could literally put photos on the back of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Waterfall Pocket. If you have any questions, you can sure let us know. We try to respond to all the posts that are on these videos. And you can watch my other videos on the Skinny Dippin' album. You'll find these products on our website, www.creekbankcreations.com.